What if raising your prices could increase the demand for your product? It sounds counterintuitive. Normally, higher prices chase customers away, but in the strange world of luxury marketing and consumer psychology, sometimes higher price tag can actually increase demand. This concept is called Veblen Goods. In this video, we'll explore what Veblen Goods are and give you examples you'll recognize and explain why sometimes expensive equals desirable in the eyes of the consumer. Hi, my name is Alex. I run Deus Marketing. We are a marketing company focused on working with high-end luxury brands that advertise to the few. What are Veblen Goods? A Veblen good is basically a luxury product for which demand increase as the price increase. Yes, you heard that right. Raise the price and the demand increase. More people want to buy the product because it's a higher price. This is the opposite of how things usually work in economics. Normally, there's a law of demand. If price go up, quantity demanded goes down. We tend to buy less of something when it becomes more expensive. Veblen Goods break that rule. Veblen Goods are named after the economist Thorstein Veblen, who studied wealthy consumers and conspicuous consumption over a century ago. He observed that for some products, especially status symbols, a high price tag wasn't a bug, it's a feature. The price itself makes the product appealing because it signals status, exclusivity, and prestige. In simpler terms, a Veblen good is something people want because it's expensive. The hefty price tag of the item gives the item an aura of quality or luxury, and owning it becomes a way to show off one's status. The demand curve for these products actually slopes upward, meaning the price increases, so does the desire. This phenomenon is also linked to what marketers called the snob effect, where people value a product more when it's less accessible or when it's priced out of reach for most other people. The logic here is, if it's costly and exclusive, it must be good, and I'll be one of the elite who can actually have it. You probably have some examples in mind already, which is great, but here are some to point you in the right direction. Luxury, fashion, and accessories. Think of Hermes handbags like the Birkin bag or other high-end designer dresses. If Hermes suddenly slashed the price of a Birkin bag from 15,000 to 500, a lot more people could afford it, but the exclusive aura around the product would vanish, and ironically, the elite clientele might no longer desire the product as much. By keeping the prices sky high, and also when you want to buy these types of products, you usually need to have some sort of buying history and knowing someone and getting into the network as well. The brand ensures that owning the bag is a status symbol only for the chosen few. The same goes for luxury watches like Rolex, Patek, Audemars Piguet, and other brands as well. In an even more expensive realm, we have luxury cars or sport cars, which brands like Ferrari, Lamborghini, or Rolls-Royce rely on Veblen good effect to some extent. Of course, Ferrari and Lamborghini and Rolls-Royce make great cars with fantastic motors, and everything else is amazing, top of the line, but they are also priced way above what the market actually demands for their product, which makes it a Veblen good. Because if you find the Lamborghini to cost the same as a Toyota, they wouldn't confer the same status. Often in this price range for cars and also watches, car makers sometimes deliberately limit production and keep prices high to maintain that sort of exclusivity. We also found the same principle in high-end wines and booze. If you find the Macallan 25 or 30, there are not many bottles to go around, while most other bottles you can find on the shelf. Of course, it's aged longer, and of course the brand has an effect, but the Veblen good premise here as well is it's priced way above, so it's a status symbol as well. Same goes for Jordans and Air Force Ones. You could probably think of Yeezys as well. Might not think of Yeezy and Ye at this moment, but still the same principle. These examples all show the core idea: exclusivity and status. A Veblen good is typically something not everyone can have, often by design. It's not an essential good. We don't need watches for 100,000. We don't need cars for 300,000. We actually just want them. It's a luxury, it's a symbol. It's just buying more status. So buyers of Veblen Goods aren't just buying a product. They're buying prestige, membership in an exclusive club, or a statement of their wealth and taste. Why do Veblen Goods defy the rules? So this is the psychology behind the actual term Veblen Goods. Why would anyone want something more just because it costs more? A big reason is psychology and signaling. Purchasing an ultra expensive item can signal wealth, taste, or social status. This is what Veblen famously calls conspicuous consumption, spending on flashy luxuries to display economic power. For the buyer, owning a rare, pricey item also can be personally rewarding. It feels exclusive, like you have the best of the best. For many people, these purchases are milestones. So let's say you made the biggest deal of your life, or you got a baby, or you got married. Often these milestones, we go buy Veblen Goods because we want to mark them with status or a symbol. There's also an assumption that price equals quality, which isn't always the case. There are many examples of high-end luxury brands that actually are just crap quality, but they have a brand attached to them, which makes them more expensive. If a watch costs $50,000, you might assume it's made to impeccable standards, as they often are, but not always. In some markets, you get what you pay for. It's taken to extreme. If you pay more, you believe you're getting something superior, and others believe it too, which is the main function of buying these things. Another factor is collectability and limited supply. Luxury brands often produce limited editions or low quantities on purpose. Human nature tends to want what is scarce. You want what others can't have. If there's only 100 pairs of a designer shoe released worldwide, having one pair makes you a part of a very small elite group. That exclusivity can drive people to pay premium, and if brand raises the price, it reinforces the notion that this product is a rare luxury, as well as the secondhand market also increases the price because it's so hard to get to. Economically, this flips the usual script. Instead of people saying this is too expensive, I'll pass, the target customer says it's so expensive and so exclusive, I want it, I need it, and others can't have it. It's worth noting that Veblen Goods have their limits. Not every buyer reacts this way, of course. These goods cater to a specific segment. Also, if a luxury brand overshoots, like prices too high without perceived prestige, or if you do a discount too often, hurting the exclusive image, the Veblen effect can weaken and disappear in total. This is also important to remember for your brand, because if you haven't built up a story behind your brand or its credibility or a reason why you are actually pricing it this high, then this price won't matter. You need an actual story behind it as well. Veblen Goods are unique because they show how marketing and psychology can bend economic laws. Marketers play into this by carefully managing brand image, pricing, and availability to maintain the allure. High-end brands often say they're selling a lifestyle or a dream more than just a product. And a part of that dream's price is, well, price. So what is the conclusion? What should you take away from this? Veblen Goods teach us that in marketing, perception can outweigh price. In a normal market, a company might worry that raising their prices will scare customers off. But if you are marketing a luxury product or service or a status-oriented product, a higher price can sometimes create demand by making the product more desirable to a certain audience. For consumers, Veblen Goods are a bit of psychological trap. Our brains equate price with value and status. That's why someone might rationalize spending twice as much as a branded luxury item when a cheaper alternative is just as good functionality. They're just not buying the item, they're buying the story and the status behind it. This is why we're so invested in building your brand world, building your brand story, so there is something to actually set your price upon. For marketers and business owners, the concept of Veblen Goods is a reminder of the power of branding and positioning. Like I said, if you position your product as a premium, exclusive offering, you might attract customers who are seeking status and are willing to pay top dollar. But remember, be careful, not every product can play this game. Luxury car makers, fashion houses, and high-end wineries thrive on it, but you wouldn't apply this to say Basic groceries or practical services, those follow normal price logic and psychology. In summary, Veblen Goods are luxury items that people crave because they're expensive. It's an unusual twist where the price tag is a feature, not a bug, signaling prestige. So the next time you see price where it makes your jaw drop, ask yourself, is that product truly superior, or is a Veblen good riding on exclusivity? Often it's all about the allure of the unreachable, and as long as human nature values status and exclusivity, Veblen Goods will continue to turn the law of demand upside down, proving in some cases that the higher price, the higher the desire. I hope this video was informational. Keep in mind luxury products and Veblen Goods when you do your marketing, branding, and pricing. Remember to leave a comment and subscribe to this video. We'll be posting every week, and I'll see you in the next one.